Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the online Harley reading class, day 4. And today we will be looking at the fourth section of the Kumārapañhā, which is about 10 questions asked by the Buddha and the answers given by Arahant so far. Before we get started, we're going to pay respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Right? So last Thursday, we were looking at the 32 body parts, in particular, understanding the names of these 32 body parts, as well as learning the contextual meanings of those 32. And today we are moving on to the 10 questions, call them Kumārapañhā. I hope all of you have the link and the access to this place, lesson 4, June 22nd. Okay, so first we are going to understand some of the terms, words over here. Okay, Kumar and Pañhā. See, not Pañhā, Pañhā. Question. Has anybody ever heard any similar, I would say, similar Pali term, probably with Pañhā? Have you ever heard a book called Milinda Pañhā? Milinda Pañhā. Milinda Pañhā is a book. We can write it like this. Yeah, so Milinda Pañhā. That means Milinda's question. This is one of the books that we know in the Khuddaka Nikaya in some countries, in some Theravada countries, but in the Theravada Pali Canon of Sri Lankan tradition, we don't call this book Milinda Pañhā is part of the Khuddaka Nikaya. Anyways, the word Kumara is interesting. Kumara means little boy, yeah? Don't think that it is another Mara, right? Because you see the word called Mara over here. Kumara, right? Kumara means a little boy. Pañhā, here Pañhā, that means questions. All right, so we have 8 groups, huh? So we will ask the first group to read, but before that, I'm going to Read Kuddaka part 4, minor text. Kumārapañhā, the boy's questions. Question number 1. Ekang nama king. Ekang nama king. Question by the Buddha, right? And the answer is Sabbe Satta Aharati Tika. All right. I think before we jump into this part, I think I will have to tell you something else, because this Kumara is none other than the famous little boy called Sopaka. Sopaka. Very famous little boy. Anybody knows the story of Sopaka? Anybody knows the story of Sopaka? Sopaka was a little boy who was born into a man who took care of a cemetery. Okay, a cemetery. But what happened was that Sopaka's father passed away after 4 months of his birth. Then what happened? His mother married to another guy. So this uncle. So one day he quarreled with his cousin. Sopaka quarreled with his cousin. So the uncle was mad. He took him to the cemetery and then tied him to a dead body. Interesting. Huh? Let the foxes come here and eat you. It's too bad. So then he left. So mother was very unhappy. Mother doesn't know what happened. And the Buddha saw that this night, this cold night, definitely the foxes coming on the way to the cemetery and going to eat this little boy. Then he sort of determined in his mind, the Buddha's mind, may this child be safe and may he be appeared in the Jetavana from the cemetery. So the boy was appeared in the presence of the Buddha at Jetavana temple because his determination, Buddha's determination. He was 7 years old, little boy, but his intelligence, his wisdom was so mature, right? It's not the age. What happened was that the boy was able to become a novice, and then after some time, Sopaka was able to receive the higher ordination. Now, higher ordination, what is it called in Pali? How do we call the higher ordination in Pali? Like every person
Upasampada.
Yes, Upasampada, right? Upasampada is the term in Pali. That means every person who is going to be ordained by a monk, maybe a group of monks, is first receiving the novice ordination. So that means that boy, in the first place, is not going to be a monk, like a full monk, bhikkhu. It's going to be a samanera. And then after some time, now I'm talking depending on today, after some time when the senior monks decide, okay, now he is almost 20 years old. If not, if there's a Upasampada ceremony is coming up, senior monks can check whether they can take the time the boy was in the womb of the mother. So they're going to approach the mother of the little boy, the novice monk, asking, how many months that you carried this boy? If she says 6 months, so they're going to take 6 months from beyond that point. Let's say the boy can be higher ordained if the boy is 19 years old and then 3 months. 19 years and 3 months old. if it is, sorry, I would say 5 months, because take the 7 months from the womb. But mostly no body, no boy is going to be in mother's body for 9 months. But we say that a baby can be in a mother's womb for 9 months, but it is not going to work. Only Bodhisattva is going to be in a mother's womb for 9 months. It's only for a Bodhisattva. Other people like us, we only spend probably 7, 6, 8, maybe 5. It depends. Anyways, that is how the senior Sangha decide that this person can be higher ordained. But at that time, there was no such thing. In early times, what was happened at that time, that when the person is given the ordination, Samanera ordination, novice ordination, they also get in the higher ordination too, at the time of the Buddha. But when the Sangha is going to spread more and more, then the Buddha said, you can't do that. You have to test or check the progress of the Samanera. Now, in Sopaka's case, what happened was that Sopaka was able to become a higher ordained monk at the age of 7. That is interesting. Unlikely what we know from today's situation, that one has to turn to 20 years old age. But Sopaka was able to become so, because Sopaka was an Arahant. So Arahant doesn't need more training. He doesn't need probation. That is why. So there are different types of higher ordinations. I think I can show you here before we jump onto these things. You can go down. All right. I put them under notes. 8 types of higher ordination. All right. Now, this is the only higher ordination we have now, the 8th one, Nyattikama. This is the one that we use in today's world, anywhere in the world. Other ones are not, they are not performed by any Sangha, because Ehi Bhikkhu is should be only given by the Samma Sambuddha. Saranagamana is the same. Ovada Patiggahana was also the same. Panya Vyakarana, see this one. See this, the type of text that we are studying today, what was relevant to Sopaka. This is the Panya Vyakarana Upasampada. This one. So Buddha asked these 10 questions, so he was able to successfully answer. That is called Panya Vyakarana Upasampada. Atta Garudhamma Upasampada, it's only for the Bhikkhunis, actually the first Bhikkhuni, Mahapajapati. This is not anymore functioning. Dutena Upasampada is means that what do you call, there's a woman or maybe a Samaneri, female novice, but she cannot see the Buddha. So she asks a man to see the Buddha and then send the Upasampada through that man. The Buddha is happy. This was relevant to a bhikkhuni called Addakasi. Arahant Addakasi received a high ordination through Dutena Upasampada. Attavachika Upasampada, Ubato Sanghe Upasampada means Upasampada that is given to a Samaneri by both monks and nuns. 4 times by the monks, 4 times by the bhikkhunis. I think this is what is given to bhikkhunis nowadays, because bhikkhunis cannot get Upasampada just from the other bhikkhunis only. So monks should also be present there. This is only for the monk. This is the main Upasampada that you see in all Theravada country. Nyatti Chatutta Kamma. That means received by the formal act consisting of a motion and resolution. Motion is, let's say, Sangha say that this novice, we would like to higher ordain this novice to a bunch of other Sangha, community of other Sangha. Then other Sangha who are present over there, they have to approve it. Do they say yes or no? How do other monks say yes or no to the motion that this novice monk can be high? One monk is reading, okay, this novice monk would like to be higher ordained. If you approve, do this. If you don't approve, do this. What is that monk asking the other monks? How do they approve, or how do they disapprove that, what you call the decision to the higher ordination? When monks do not talk, when they're silent, that means approval. When they say, even one monk say, I don't think this is a good person to be higher ordained, then that person cannot be higher ordained. Right? That is the way how the Samaneras or Samaneris are higher ordained in today's time. Now, what I wanted to tell you was that the 10 questions, they are questions that the Buddha can use to higher ordain someone, which is not available now, because only the Buddha can do that. That is called Paññā Vyakarana Upasampada, answering questions. All right? Answering question. It is this one. All right. So just keep in mind the 8th one and the 4th one, because 4th one is the one that we see here. The Buddha asked questions from any Samanera, about 10 questions, and then, but it is not available now. Especially these 6 are not available now. These 6 are not usual. Only these last 2 are available. All right. With that in mind, let's go back to the questions. First question. Ekang nama king sabbe satta ahara tika. Okay, group 1. Somebody.
May I?
Yes, please.
Ekang nama king. Sabbe satta aharatika.
Sabbe satta
Aharatika.
Can you repeat again, please? Aharatika pa?
Sabbe satta aharatika.
There is a small issue. The other part is okay. Ekang nama king sabbe satta aharatika. Aharatika. Now here you can see, I would say there's a H. See? Aharatika. All right. Okay.
That means it's T twice.
Aharatika. So there are two T's, but the second one is aspirate. First one is not aspirate, non-aspirate. So if you break it into 2, aharatika. Aharatika. Maybe we can ask from each group. Let's check how they pronounce. Okay, group 2. Same one, number 1. Question number 1.
To try. Oh, okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Ekang nama king sabbe satta aharatika.
Great. Group 3. Yeah, somebody in the group 3. Group 4.
Bhante, I'd like to try.
Okay.
Ekam nama kim sabe sata ahara titika.
Great. Group 5. Group 6. Group 7? Nobody. Group 8. Yeah, go ahead. Group 7.
Ekam nama kim. Sabe sata araha titika.
That's the issue. A lot of people find this is difficult pronouncing. Can you repeat the last term? Sabe sata.
Sabe sata ahara titika.
Okay, let me tell you an easy way to say that. This part. All right. This is the word that you find trouble with. Let's pronounce this word in 2 ways. Ahara titika.
Ahara titika.
So you have to pronounce non-aspirate T and aspirate T. Ahara titika.
Ahara titika.
Okay, great. Group 8. All right. Probably because of the time, I may ask you one by one, probably, otherwise we can save time. Okay. Okay. Then we will go to the translation after. Dve nama king. Namancha rupancha. Group 2. Sorry. Group 2.
Bhante, may I try?
Yes, please.
Dve nama king, namancha rupancha.
Great. Third question. Tini nama king. Tisso vedana. Group 3.
Yeah, Bhante, may I try?
Yeah, please.
Tini nama kim. Tiso vedana.
All right. Give me a second. Okay. Tini nama king. Tisso vedana. Chattari nama king. Chattari ariya sachan. It's going to be group 4.
Yes, Bhante, I would like to
Yeah, I
try.
would like to try.
I think KB Ang said she wants to. Yeah, KB Ang.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Chattari nama kim. Chattari ariya sachani.
Right. Number 5. Question number 5. Pancha nama king. Panchu pada nakhanda. You can just break it the way that you can pronounce. Pancha nama king. Panchu pada nakhanda. Group 5.
Bhante, I try.
Mhm.
Pancha nama kim. Panchu padana kanda.
Can you go again for this one? This part.
Panchu padana kanda.
Great. Question number 6. Ch nama king. Ch ajattikani ayatanan. Group 6. If there's nobody from group 6, I may ask Kim from group 2. I think she was trying to say. Kim, are you
Okay.
there? Yes,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead for
yeah,
6.
yeah.
Group 6.
Bhante, I'm here.
Yeah.
Cha namakin. Cha jihatkani ayateni.
See the problem here. This part, this one we don't say her. It's j. Aj, j. This part is okay. Let me write that for you here. This one is j. So then how are we going to pronounce this part? This way. Aj, aj. Ch nama king. Ch aj jattikan. Aj jattikani ayatana. Can you try again, please?
Cha tikani ayatanani.
Okay, so you have to add this one too, then easy. Now it's easy. Can you try again?
Cha Ajatatikani Ayatanani.
Nani. Okay, great. Okay, question number 7. Sattanama King. Satta Bodhanga. Group 7. Group 7. Yeah, somebody from group 7. I think I heard somebody was trying to read. I think group 2, huh? Somebody was trying to pronounce, huh? I can give that person the chance. Maybe a lady.
Okay, can I try, Bhante? Can I try, Bhante?
Are you from group 7?
Group 6.
Okay, somebody said, right, already. Yeah, I'll give you the chance after. There was a lady who was trying to read from group 3, I guess, group 3 or 4. Is she with us already?
Yes, Bhante. Is
Hello?
she here? Hello, yes, Bhante.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead for question number 7.
Satta
Sattanama
Nama
King.
Kim.
Mhm.
Satta Bojaka.
Can you repeat, please?
Satta Nama Kim. Satta Bojaka.
Sattanama King. Satta Bodhanga.
Bojanga.
Let me show you
Satta
something
Bojanga.
similar to you. See here, this part has come here, right? See, same thing.
Yes.
Sattanama King, Satta Bodhanga. J.
Satta Bojanga.
This one we have to pronounce properly. J. Actually, this is a very famous term because you know the word even jhana, right? See, jhana. See, J. All right. Question number 8. Atta Nama King. Ariyo Attang Giko Magu. Atta Nama King. Ariyo Attang Giko Magu. Patrick, I can give you the chance for question number 8. Is Patrick with us? If not, we can ask somebody from group 8. All right, nobody. Is there anybody who wants to read this? Okay, Shirley. Yeah, Shirley, go ahead. Question number 8. Yes, Shirley.
Atta Nama Kim. Ariyo Atangiko Mako.
Repeat, please.
Atta Nama Kim. Ariyo Atangiko Mako.
T and T are 2 different letters. All right, T and T. Atta, not atta. Atta Nama King. Ariyo Attangiko Mako. Can you try again, please, Shirley?
Atta Nama Kim. Ariyo Atangiko Mako.
Not the T. This one. You can see. You can see this part. T. Not the. T is this one. Right? This is the. But this is THA. T. Right? Atta Nama King. Ariyo Attang Giko Magu. Okay, question number 9. Nava Nama King. Nava Satta Vasa. Anybody wants to try? Anybody else here who wants to try? Question number 9 here.
Bhante, I try.
Yes, please. Go ahead, please. I don't hear you.
I try, Bhante.
Yes.
Nawa Nama Kim. Nawa Satta Vasa.
Oh, yeah, great. You don't find any aspirates, huh? Not H letters. So you very fine. Nava Nama King. Nava Satta Vasa. Great. Okay, question number 10. Dasa Nama King. Dasa Hangehi. Dasa Hangehi Samannagato Arahati Uchatiti. Let me repeat again. Dasa Nama King. Dasa Hangehi Samannagato Arahati Uchatiti. All right. Anybody there who would like to read question number 10?
Bhante, I try.
Yes, please.
Wrong here.
Okay, go ahead, Wong.
Dasa nama kim, dasa hangehi, samanagato, arahati, uchatiti.
Oh, great. Yes.
Thank you.
Great. And then Kumārapañhā, that means thus ends the boys' question. Okay. I think now everybody, most of you read. Now we have to go to the contextual meanings, because in our time zone. All right. What have you observed in these questions, Dhamma folks? Tell me, anybody can tell me, what have you primarily noticed in these questions? I think you should notice numbers. What is ekang? 1. Dve, 2. Tini, 3. Chattari, 4. Pancha, 5. Cha, 6. Satta, 7. Sorry. Satta, 7. Atta, 8. Nava, 9. Dasa, 10. Now, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is the numbers, Pali numbers. That means ekang, 1, dve, 2, tini, 3, chattari, 4, pancha, 5, cha, 6, satta, 7, atta, 8, nava, 9, dasa, 10. All right. Then, nama. What is nama? You see nama in every question, huh? Nama. Right? Attanama, Sattanama, Chanama, Panchanama, Chattarinama. What is nama?
To be.
Huh?
I feel to be.
To be? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Actually, nama is a verb here that means what is. What is number 1? What is number 2? Now, what is Kim? Kim means what? Right? Kim means what? All right. Sorry. Write it again. Kim means what? We have a Kim over here. We don't say you as what. What? Right? And nama means to be, but to be has to be used in the context. That means what is number 1? What means Kim? Is means nama. Ekam means number 1. Then what is number 2? Then what is number 3? Tin. What is number 4? What is number 5? What is Kim nama 6? Kim nama 7. What is number 7? What is number 8? What is number 9? What is number 10? Has anybody noticed anything else too? In English, when you ask a question, this Kim part has to come to the front, right? But what has happened in Pali? Where has the question part gone? It has gone to the end. That is a right. But in some places in Pali, you see Kim or Ku also. Kuhing, there are some Pali questions, they have also come to the front, but sometimes they have gone to the end. All right. What is the 1? Or you could say in formal language, what is number 1? This is the answer given. Now, this was asked by the Buddha. The answer was given by Sopa. Sabbe satta ahara titika. What is sabbe? All.
All, yeah.
Satta means sentient beings. Ahara titika. Titika is sustain. Ahara means food. That means all sentient beings are sustained by food. All sentient beings are sustained by food. Is it true? It is true, right? All sentient beings are sustained. So that is number one. That means food is number one, right? Remember that there was a story that when somebody who did not have his meals came to listen to a Dhamma talk, the Buddha asked him, have you already taken your lunch or maybe supper? And the man said no. Then the Buddha asked some monks to bring him to the dining hall and check whether there are any leftover food and give him. You don't come to the Dhamma talk hall without having your meals. What does that mean? That means food is very important, right? The Buddha could have said that it's okay, it doesn't matter whether you ate food or not, you can just sit down and listen to my talk. No, he was very compassionate about, the situation. I think even somebody sits down in the Dhamma hall, listen to a Dhamma talk, maybe the knowledge part can go to his head or brain or whatever, but the understanding part might not go to him. Okay. Because you need some energy to understand the Dhamma. Sabbe satta ahara titika. So that means all sentient beings. Satta. What is this word? Satta. Have you ever heard any other terms for satta? Satta.
Sabbe satta bhavantu.
Sabbe satta. This is also appeared in the chanting book. But other places? Yeah. Give me some other examples. Have you ever heard this word? Bodhisatta. Bodhisatta or Bodhisatta. Bodhisatta. In Mahayana, we are Bodhisattas, Sattvas. In Theravada, we have Bodhisatta. Because in Mahayana, they say that we all are Bodhisattvas. Do not talk bad about other people. They can be Bodhisattvas. Like, they are Bodhisattvas. So how come you talk to that person? He's Bodhisattva. It's a good way, to keep us calm down. I'm not saying that we Theravada do not promote that idea, but we don't do it in our activities. We say, oh no, Bodhisattva is a special person, you can't be a Bodhisattva. You have to do a lot of paramitas, right? Perfection he has to be a very determined, you can't be a Bodhi, only that person can be a. So kind of like giving some I would say, estimation about the Bodhisattva concept. But we are Bodhisattvas. Why not? My friend can be a Bodhisattva. You can be Bodhisattvas. So, Bodhisattva. Satta means being. But in the definition of Bodhisattva, it says someone who is attached to the Bodhi. Now, this part, what you call by Satta, they say could be attached. And not attached, not in the way that people talk about might have attachment. It is not that attachment. Maybe stuck to, right? Bodhisattva. So are we people who are attached here? Now here Bodhisattva means, yes, he's stuck to his Bodhisattva practice. But how do we call normal Satta like us? Normal Satta? Are we attached to something? Yes, we are attached to pleasures, worldly pleasures, panchakama. That is why we are called sentient beings. Huh? All right. Ahar. Okay, that's a good question. Huh? Ahar. I like to talk about it. How do we understand food? Food in Buddhism. Actually, we don't call food. We say a different terming in Abhidhamma. It's pretty fine, actually. Nutriment. Because whatever the food that you eat, or maybe other types of food that the Buddhism talks about, should be a nutriment at the end. That is why I gave you a note. You go down over here. You can see over here. Ahar, this part. Nutriment. 4 kinds of food in the literal and figurative senses listed in the Pali sources. Number 1, Kabalinkara. Number 2, Passa. Number 3, Manosanchit. Number 4, Vinyat. Now let's identify these different types of food. Kabalinkara, ahara, but kabalinka, solid food that nourishes the body. Can anybody identify what they are? Kabalinkara ahara?
The food that we eat every day.
The food that we eat every day. So what about the food for Deva? Are they also eating solid food? Deva and Brahma?
No, Bhante, no.
They are not supposed to eat solid food. If they
Yeah.
eat solid food, they have to come to the human world. So when you eat solid food, your thoughts are also very solid. Your pleasures are also very solid. That's the problem. You need your pleasures with solid people, solid things. That's the issue that we are having on a daily basis. But Deva, no, they don't eat solid stuff. They are eating very subtle stuff. Some of the Brahmas in Brahma worlds, they are higher than the Devas. They don't eat. They are only, how to say that? They are only eating their own happiness. It's not like happiness on food. They are happy, so they don't want to eat. This happens to us when you pass examination, when you get a good job, when your child passes an exam. You don't eat for 2 meals. You are happy. You are happy. Talk about the achievement. Okay, this happened today. I'm so happy. I don't want to eat. But when you are not happy, you are eating the whole day, munching food from the fridge. Where are the restaurants? I want to eat this snack, that snack. You're so stressed out. When you are really happy, you don't want to eat. That is what happens to people who practice jhanas and some brahmas after that. You don't want to eat because you are so happy. So Kabalinkara ahara means solid food, rice, food that you can eat, can chew. But Devas don't have Kabalinkara. Then number 2, Passa, very famous Pali word, Passa, sensory and mental impressions, which are the support of pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feelings. Sukha, dukkha, adukha, masukha, upekha, vedana. What is this? Is this food? What is Passa? Can anybody think about how does Passa contact make in our life? Chakkuncha paticca rupecha uppajjati chakku viññāna. This is how we take what you call our pleasures. First, let's take our piece of eyes. Because of my eyes and the objects that I can see down here, there is the arising of the chakku viññāna, eye consciousness. When my one of the 6 faculties take any objects from outside, then what happened? Because of that combination, there is another consciousness that is starting. We call it sensory consciousness. Chakku viññāna, sota gāna viññāna, jivha viññāna, so and so forth. Then what happens? Tinnang sangati passo. Whatever my faculty, sense faculty, and the object that is come from outside, and then the particular sensory consciousness. Chakku, rupa, chakku viññāna. When the 3 come together, there arises contact. Then what happens? Am I still making craving for that, the particular object? Not yet. After the contact, then what happens? I get to feel happiness, unhappiness, maybe the both. Then I'm mostly going onto a certain type of proliferation, papancha, creating some akusala or kusala. If I can really be mindful, watchful, understand what to do, I can take it to the kusala side. But if I'm not, mostly to many people, they are really getting into akusala side. So passa comes after the combination of three: sense faculty, the object that is coming to the sense faculty, and the particular concept. When the three together, then what happens? There is a contact. Now, according to this teaching, it is said that we need passa. Without passa, you cannot live. Now you might be wondering what will happen to someone who got into coma, who got into other things. They still have passa that they have had in their early life. There's some of the contact. So passa is a food to our mental impressions. Second food is the third food, mano sanchetanaha, mental volitions which produce karma. What are they? Mental volitions, mano sanchetana. Now, a lot of people say, Bhante, how do we make karma? When you make mano sanchetana, yes, then you are making karma. The real Pali word for this is mano sanchetana. What is it? Mano sanchetana. If it is not mano sanchetana, it is not going to be a karma. What is mano sanchetana? You give your volition. You give your attention and volition to the particular activity. Otherwise, just because you drive your car, you don't know what is happening on the road, right? You don't. But if you know that I want to run over somebody, an animal, then definitely you have volition, attention, volition. You're making karma. So whenever you create karmas, we call them, you are creating not just karma. We have a better term for that. Mano sanchetanaha. Mano sanchetanaha. Do we need mano sanchetana hardam, folks? Yes, we need them until we attain Nibbana. Right? We need happiness, we need comforts, otherwise we are not able to even practice our path. Mano sanchetana haram is another very good term. Actually, it is the best terming for our karmas, good or bad karmas that we are bringing in our sansaric journey till we attain Nibbana. Fourth one, consciousness, vijnana. But this consciousness is not the sensory consciousness. This consciousness is identified at a point when you were conceived in your mother's womb. See this. Consciousness as the condition of mind and body, nama, rupa, and conception. How do we understand it, dumb folks? How were you conceived in your mother's womb? Any idea? According to Buddhist teachings, when were you really born into your mom and dad? Was it the time that she delivered you into this life? No. The moment you were conceived in her womb, that's the time you were born. How was it happen? It was happened within a context where there is a, what you call, the body part that is mostly created by your mom and dad, and then you are Gandhapa. So you are coming into their body, right? So then you are conceived in that body, right? So that conception was food for your life to continue to this point. Make sense? If you were not able to bring your whatever vijnana to that rupa, materiality, you would have not been born into this life. Because there was rupa part from your material part, from your mother-father combination at that point, and then you came into that material part. Because you came into that part, because of your karma, whatever mano sanchetana hara, you were able to subsist on that. That was food for your life. All right. 4 types of food. We talk a lot. We talk a lot about even the first question. All right. Any questions, Dhamma folks?
Excuse me, one day.
Okay, go ahead.
2 words, satta and pana. I'm a little confused. Are they used for the same purpose, or they have a different meaning? Bhante, satta and pana. Vishay, like pana, tipana, pata, pana.
Yes, Pana. Yes, Pana.
Yeah.
Pana are the beings who have a life. Yes, who have a life. Now it's a little different. Very good that you mentioned that. Now, when you say Pana, this terming, this means that you understand the particular sentient being still has the Pana. But here we normally say Sabbe Satta. We don't say they have Pana necessarily, right? But we could say they are being used synonymously, Pana or Sabbe Satta. Pana is generally taken as the vitality. Vitality. All right, vitality of a being. But when you say Sabbe Satta, definitely they should be living beings, right? Sentient beings, living beings. They must have the Pana. But in the precept category, we normally say that you are not killing any beings who have a Pana. Make sense? Yes, Pana is the vitality of a being. That means they still have the life. All right. Any more questions? You can ask at the end, definitely. Moment. All right. Number 2. Dve nama king. Once again, what is number 2? What's the 2? Namancha. Sorry. Namancha. Rupancha. Very famous interpretation. This is the most important interpretation whereby we understand how a being is made up of, right? Now we have to find out what is Nama, what is Rupa. What is Nama and what is Rupa, folks? Nama has 4 categories. Nama has 4 categories and Rupa has only 1. Actually, these are nothing but the 5 aggregates, right? Rupa has Rupa Kanda. Nama has Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. All right. What does it mean? That means, although we understand 5 aggregates, if you further break them into a certain minor version, then you see it is not even 5 aggregate. It is nothing but the Nama, Rupa, name and form. Now I have a good question for this. Can we survive without Rupa in this life? Let's say we don't have Nama. Can we survive only with Rupa? Now just let's assume that we only have Rupa. Can Rupa, okay, let's say, can Rupa survive without Nama? No, you can't. Yes, you could say, yes, my hand phone, yes, it's just a Rupa, right? But for a sentient being, if you take the Rupa of the sentient being, that Rupa cannot survive without Nama. Can Nama survive without Rupa? Can Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana survive without Rupa? Is it possible? Can your feelings, perceptions, formations, and consciousness exist without a body? It is not going to work.
No,
that means mind and matter are inseparable. They are inseparable. You can't separate them. They are all together, right? They are all together. That is what we understand by Nama and Rupa. So Rupa cannot exist without Nama. Nama cannot exist without Rupa. Because the fundamental question is, without Rupa, how come Nama is going to arise? Nama cannot arise. Nama only arises in the Rupa. Right? All right. Nama and Rupa. This is the category. This is another very, this is the minorest, what do you call, classification of the 5 aggregates. We don't say 5 aggregates, we say there is only Nama and Rupa that every sentient being has. Every sentient being, starting from an ant up until a large animal like an elephant, we do have only 2, Nama and Rupa. Any questions, number folks? Number 2. All right. So number 3, Tini Nama. What's number 3? What is the 3? Tisso Vedana. Tisso means 3. Vedana means feeling. Let's talk about this. This is very interesting. Okay, how many Vedanas do we have? Yeah, you can see 3 Vedanas. What are they?
Pleasant,
Present.
neutral.
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 Unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
Pleasant and neutral. Neutral.
Neutral.
Upeka.
Okay, yeah, good. Let's find out the meaning. This we call as Sukha. Call them. Sorry for my writing. I'm trying to write by drawing. Sukha. Then this one called
Dukkha.
Dukkha.
This one called Dukkha. Dukkha. This one called
Upekha.
or there's another wording for that. Upekha or Adukka Masuka. Adukka Masuka. Adukka Masuka. That means neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Now, a lot of people misunderstand Upekha part. Is this the lofty Upekha that we know in the Dhamma? The Upekha is a very big concept, right? Upekha is the highest quality that we have to practice in Buddhism. Right? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. Highest. Sati, Dhammavichaya, Viriya, Piti, Passati, Samadhi, Upekha. Highest. Let's pay attention to jhanas. But first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. First jhana, we know there are Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha. Then second one, Ekaggata. Third one, like as you go ahead, you see finally Upekha Sati Parisuddhi. Upekha is the highest. When you come into Upekha, your mind is totally calm and concentrated. Where else? Paramita. Danang Silancha Nekkammang Paññā Viriyena Panchamang Kanti Sacca Madittanang Mettupekkhati Medas. Starting from Dana, ending with Upekha. Dana Sila Nekkamma. Danang Sila Nekkamma. Paññā Viriya. Kanti Adittan. What we miss? Danang Silancha Nekkamma. Paññā Viriyena. Kanti Sacca Maditthana. Metta Upekha. Fine Upekha. That means even the Bodhisattvas are going to fulfill Upekha to be the last. That means it is the highest virtue. What is Upekha? To be in the middle, not being very happy, not being very unhappy. Be in the middle. Have a moderate. Can we do that all the time? No, you're gonna take sides. I take my son's side, I take my daughter's side, I take your side. I take my country side. I take my religion side. I favor for you. This is my place. We all struggle with these favorite things in our life. I don't say it is wrong. They are not wrong. But in Buddhist teachings, it is not the highest attitude, highest mentality that you should spend time. So you are not into suffering, dukkha. So here, upekka, under the feelings, is not that upekka. We call it lofty upekka. I can type for you. Now this upekka, let's say upekka has 2 parts. Upekka has 2 versions. The first one is the lofty upekka. The other one is,
Bhante cannot see.
I'm going to type in under the
Okay.
chat. Yes, don't worry. Other one is the upekka under the feelings. All right, now you see what they are. Upekka has two aspects. The lofty upekka is the highest one that we all have to develop if you really want to even attain Nibbana. Second one is what you call by the upekka vedana. That means neutral feeling. That is what we understand over here. All right, Tini Namaki, 3 types of Vedana: pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Can anybody tell me where you get the best, the calmest feeling out of these 3? Is it pleasant, unpleasant, or natural? Sorry, neutral. What feeling?
Neutral. Neutral, Bhante.
Yes. Right. When somebody asks you, how have you been? How are you doing today? I'm fine, not so bad, you know. People come up with different answers for that. But adukka masuka upekka is a very good attitude, very good feeling. You are not too much troubled by pleasures. No pain. Right? All right, let's go to number 4. Any questions?
Bhante, how about Brahma Viharas? The 4 Brahma Viharas?
Yeah,
Upekka is under the lofty or the
lofty. That is lofty. Because metta, karuna, mudita is the highest way of living. Now, a lot of people think, okay, I do my loving kindness meditation, metta, I'm okay. Yes, you are not still okay. You might be okay, but you are not happy in that perspective. Then go to karuna. Karuna is a bit difficult, more difficult than the metta. Why? You have to choose a person. You have to feel somebody's pain, empathize, and then be kind and be compassionate. Then third one, mudita, is higher than, more difficult than metta, karuna. Why is it? You are not going to be happy for you. You're going to be happy for other people's achievement, other people's life. It is more difficult than metta, karuna. Then upekka, highest, most difficult feeling, most difficult state of mind, I would say. Because you are not going to be troubled by any pain or any pleasure. You are in the middle, right? No to Atta Yoga, no to Kamasukhalikani. You are in the middle, Noble Eightfold Path. All right, so the upekka, which you see under the 4 divine abodes, is a lofty upekka. Right. Let's go to number 4. Chattari Nama King. Chattari Arya Sancha. The highest teaching is the Buddhism by which you become an Arahant. Arya Satchani means not normal truths. They are called Arya, noble truths, right? They are noble truths. What are they, them folks? Dukkha.
Dukkha, samudaya, nirodha,
We gotta start from the
dukkha.
Dukkha Satcha.
Dukkha Arya
Satcha.
Let's go that way.
Samudaya.
Dukkha Samudaya.
Arya Satcha.
Satcha.
Nirodha.
Dukkha Nirodha Arya Satcha.
Then
Nirodha, dukkha,
then
Arya Satcha.
Dukkha Nirodha.
Nirodha.
Arya
Satcha.
Then
Dukkha Magga.
Dukkha Nirodha Gamini.
Dukkha Nirodha Gamini. Patipada. Yeah. Arya
Satcha.
Okay. So Gamini Patipada. Okay. So now when you see that, what is the truth actually over here? The truth is the dukkha. That means unsatisfactoriness. This is not proper to be translated as suffering. This is called unsatisfactoriness. I probably have something to show you over here. Unsatisfactoriness. This is from another sutta. So First noble truth, second, third, fourth, right? So it is better to translate them to be unsatisfactory. So the noble truth on unsatisfactoriness, the noble truth on the
Origin.
cause or origin of unsatisfaction, the noble truth of the cessation of unsatisfactoriness, the noble truth that leads to the cessation, that leads leads to the cessation of the leads to the cessation of the unsatisfactoriness. They are called noble, Arya. All right. So how come they have become noble? How they have become noble? Because noble and ignoble, there is a separate sutta in the canon for that. Anybody remembers that sutta? Arya Pariyesana Sutta. What's the number? You can look up a sutta called Arya Pariyesana. It is going to be probably 26. Yes, Majjhima Nikaya 26. Arya Pariyesana Sutta. Thank you, our Bhikkhuni, for posting the Four Noble Truths. Arya Pariyesana Sutta. This one, Majjhima Nikaya 26. In this sutta, Buddha talks about what is noble, what is ignoble. Noble versus ignoble. All right. The Buddha says in this Arya Pariyesana Sutta, when you are born, that means you have jati. But after you've been born, you are still looking for the birth, jati, that is an ignoble search. Anarya Pariyesana. When you are experiencing what you call decay, I would say aging, but you are still looking for aging, that is an ignoble search, not Arya Pariyesana, Anarya, ignoble search. When you struggle with your diseases, illnesses, but you're still looking for diseases, sicknesses, nobody is looking for. But when they are creating a new life, they may have. That is also Anarya Pariyesana, ignoble search. When you already dead in a past life, but you're still looking for new life, that means still you are having ignoble search, Anarya Pariyesana. Then what is Arya Pariyesana? How come your perspective is going to be noble? When you were born into jati, but you are not looking for jati anymore, no birth end. When you are aging, you are not looking for aging again. When you are sick, when you were sick, you are not looking for being sick again. When you were dead in past lives, you are not looking for death again. That is called noble search, Arya Pariyesana. So that means we have to understand the perspective of Arya in this context. So Arya comes from that kind of a very noble perspective. All right, that is Four Noble Truths. I think I'm not going to elaborate a lot because we have other 6 questions to talk about, because this is a very famous teaching. You can read from many places, but if you have a question, you can ask me. Right, Pancha. Pancha Nama King. Pancha Upadana Kanda. Pancha means 5. Upadana means, what is Upadana? Clinging. Then for what? Kanda, aggregates. Where is your clinging going to work here? For the 5 aggregates. What are the 5 aggregates? I already mentioned that. What are they? Rupa,
Form,
Vedana,
form,
Sanya,
Sankara.
right? Rupa, Vedana.
Vijnana.
Yeah, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara,
Vijnana.
Vijnana. Yes.
Vijnana.
Now, what you are doing is that you are going to cling, your aggregates are going to be clung to these 5, right? How does it happen? In some of the texts, it is described as there's a thief Who wants to steal? Let's say it is tanha, craving. Now the thief has not broken into the house. He has not broken in. So he has gone into the house, he's stealing something. The moment he is stealing, that is upadana. In the same way, you may have tanha, but if you have not gone to upadana, you are still okay. But when you grasp, when you grab it, that is upadana. In some texts, it is described as a crocodile is grabbing an animal. Won't let him go again. When the animal goes to his mouth, he won't let him go. He won't let her go, right? So craving is, what you call clinging is more powerful than the clinging. You will go to clinging after craving, right? So the Buddha says, number 5 is that you are clinging to the 5 aggregates. Actually, this is the unsatisfactoriness. You don't need to say jati, jara, vyadi, marana, piyehe vippayogo dukkho, apiye sampayogo dukkho, yam piccang nalabati tampi dukkang, sankittena panchupadana. Dhammacakkappavattana should say. That means, if you don't understand dukkha, I will tell you in brief. Sankittena panchupadana. Your unsatisfactoriness arises when you cling to 5 aggregates. You think this rupa is I, me, myself. These vedanas are I, me, myself. These, what you call, sanya, perceptions are I, me, myself. You think these sankharas, formations are I, me, myself. And you think these vijnana is I, me, myself. Yes, they are mine, but not ultimately. Conventional, it is mine. I leave my body over here, I go to another body. So how come even I don't carry my body forward, then why I'm trying to struggle with the body too? That should be the understanding, right? So number 5 over here is panchupadana kanda. That means there are 5 5 ways of clinging to aggregates, 5 grasping aggregates. So Dhamma folks, please understand, this is the root cause of your unsatisfaction, your dukkha. Nothing else. Don't blame your jati. Okay? Never blame your jati. Never blame your jara. Never blame your birth, your aging, your decay, your sicknesses, death. A lot of people say, okay, I don't like to die. I don't want to get old. I don't want to be born again, right? Don't blame them. Don't blame anybody. It is because that you were clinging to 5 aggregates. That is why all this came up. If you do not do that anymore, you are fine. You are going out of the dukkha. All right? It's a very elaborated thing, but I just said it in brief. Huh? All right. 6. Cha namaki. Cha means 6. Huh? Not cha. Cha. CH. Cha namaki. What is 6? Cha ajattikani ayata. Ajattikani ayata. So that means interior sense fields or bases. Huh? So do we have then external? Now there are 6. Huh? 6. Then if there are internal bases, 6 bases, then there should be external 6 bases too. Why not? How come you get objects just from inside? No. What are they? My eyes, my nose, my ears, my nose, my tongue, my body, my mind. Are they internal or external?
External.
Huh?
Internal.
They are internal. They are not in other people's body. They are in my body. My eyes, my ears, my nose, my tongue, my body, my mind. Internal 6. They are bases. They are camps, like army camps. Right? A lot of things happening. Shooting each other. Explosions happening within them, those camps. Sometimes they collaborate each other to do some other thing. Then external sense bases, what are they? Things that come to my each sense basis, sense camp. What are they? I have a camp called eyes. Eyes only take objects from the rupa, sights.
Sound.
Let's combine them each one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, great. So Rupa comes to my
Sight.
eyes. Sight comes to my eyes, images. Then sounds come to my
Sound.
ears.
Yes.
So that means they are, what do you call, same cams, same cams interact with same cams too, external, internal. Then smells go to my nose. The camp of smells go to my camp of internal camp of nose. And then
Taste.
taste
Taste.
goes to
Taste.
my tongue.
Tongue. Yeah.
All the taste camps go to my camp of internal camp of tongue, not the mouth. It's mouth, we don't take mouth as a sense faculty. And then all the touches that go to my whole body, right? And then all the thoughts go to my mind.
Mind.
That means there are 6 internal bases or camps, and there are 6 external bases of camps, right? Then 7, Saptanama King, Satta, I think you know this one, Bojjanga.
Janga.
What are they? Let's write them over here. Sati,
Sati.
Dhammavichaya, Viriya, Piti, Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekka. What are they? They are enlightening, I would say, awakening factors. Sati, Dhammavichaya, Viriya, Piti, Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekka. Actually, they are more relevant to someone who already attained Nibbana. Because we haven't attained Nibbana yet in our way, we don't know what they are exactly. This is not normal sati. This is a very sustained, very strong sati. Dhammavichaya means the investigation of the phenomena by arahants, right? So I think it's more relevant to somebody who already attained Nibbana. But it doesn't mean that this is not relevant to us, because during the Vasana time, when you go to a Buddhist temple, they chant Bojjanga Sutta, Maha Kassapattera Bojjanga, Maha Moggallanattera Bojjanga, Chundattera Bojjanga, right? Now see, in the Maha Kassapattera Bojjanga, the Buddha goes to Kalandaka Nivapu, Rajagaha city, and Buddha asks Maha Kassapa, Bhante Maha Kassapa, Kachite Kassapa Kamaniya. Kassapa, I know you are very sick today. Can you tolerate your pain? Kachite Kassapa Kamaniya. Kachiyapan, can you survive with this pain? Kachi Dukkha Vedana. Do you still have some of the different other types of offshoot pains? Then the Arhan Mahakassapa, not a normal Bhante, Arhan Mahakassapa says to the Buddha, what do you call? Natti Kamaniyang, Natti Apaniyang, Atti Dukkha, Bhante, I cannot tolerate. I cannot survive with this pain. I have lots of. Now, what does it mean? Arahants also feel the physical pain. They feel the physical pain, terrible pain. That is why the Buddha says the true Nibbana happens when the Arahants pass away one day, because you carry the body. When you carry the body to a certain time, till you die, you still have to suffer. Even the Buddha suffered. Even he suffered because of his back pain and all these things. Because his body is belong to Mara, Vasavatti Mara. This is his body. Right? He likes, as long as we don't attain Nibbana. So long as we carry this body, we will have to experience his commands, his orders. That's why even Arhan Mahakassapa, Arhan Moggallana, even the Buddha himself was sick. Now just think about, even Arahants also could not bear the pain. What about us? What about us? Okay, so these 7 enlightening factors then were taught by the Buddha to Arhan Mahakassapa, Arhan Moggallana, and they were able to get better after listening to these 7 Bojjangas. That means they could reflect upon their Bodhi awakening. Anybody knows how they got sick? In some of the commentaries, it is said that they smell something, probably some flowers. They got sick. All right, Bojjhangas. Then we go to number 8. Attanamaking Ariyo Attangiko Magu. Angiko, fold, numbers, fold. Atta means 8. What are they, Dhamma folks? 8 noble eightfold path. What are they?
Samaditi.
Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Kamma, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. All right. So these 8 must be practiced simultaneously at first. And then they must be practiced with other 3 supportive factors. What are they? Samma Ditti, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati. Let's say you want to practice Samma Ditti, you must practice Samma Ditti with Samma Ditti, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati. Let me tell you how can you do that. Let's say you're going to start the practice with Samma Ditti. So if you do not have the Samma Ditti part for even Samma Ditti, you are not able to separate out Samma Ditti from Miccha Ditti, right view from the wrong view. So you need right view initially, even to practice right view. And then now, can you continue your practice of right view? No, you won't be able to do it. Then what do you need? You need energy, effort. You need Vayama part. That means you should understand how to prevent from the akusalas, how to remove the existing akusalas, how to develop your kusalas that you already have, how to deepen your non-existing kusalas, starting and deepen. That means you need Samma Vayama also to practice Samadhi. Then, now is everything okay with your practice of Samadhi? Not yet. You also need Samma Sati. You have to be mindful all the time. Otherwise, you won't be able to practice it. For example, let's say you have a mother, you have a father. Or let me think about how best I can take care of my mom and dad. That is one of the Samadhi, right? Then you are going to understand taking care of your mother, father is Samadhi. Now I need to develop kusalas and akusalas in order to keep that mentality. Not even then, I had to be mindful to take care of them. What are the times that they need me? What can I do to them? What should be the best thing to do for them, right? So each factor is needed by the Samadhi, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati. Let's take another factor, Samma Vacha. Now, how do we practice this? Right speech, how to practice this? How do we know right speech from the wrong speech?
No harsh speech, no frivolous speech.
Yes. How do we know it? They are the right speech types. How do we know it?
Samadhi.
Samadhi. Without Samadhi, we are not able to know this is Musavada, this is Pisunavacha, this is Parusavacha, this is Sampapala. We are not able to see them. Then what do we now? We identify. I should not lie. I should not talk behind the back. Slander. I should not talk bad words. I should not gossip. Now, what should I need to continue this practice? I need effort, energy to do this. Then that means I have to practice Samma Vacha with prevention, elimination of akusala part of the Miccha side. And then deepening, sustaining, and then creating kusala. So that means Samma Vayama. I need Samma Vayama to continue my Samma Vacha practice. Now, is everything okay with my right speech practice? No, I need Samma Sati to understand where should I speak the right word. What is the good word that I should talk now? What should I talk now? How do I do that? I need Samma Sati to do it. That means each path factor must be supported by 3 supportive factors in addition to the inherent practice thereof. All right, so there are 8. Thank you again, our Bhikkhuni. You are posting, helping us. All right, that is the Noble Eightfold Path. Now we are going into number 9, question number 9. Nava Namakin, Nava Satta Vasa. Dhamma folks, these are 9 places. If you can go down, scroll down, you can see I have posted them here. 9 places where we are born. They are particularly they have particularly looked at the shape of the body and the shape of your perception. Nanatta kaya, nanatta sanni. Different bodies, different perceptions. Human beings, some heavenly beings, and some of the apaya beings. Because we now see we have different bodies, right? Not all of us are alike, right? Unless we are twins. So we have different bodies, different perception. But there are some beings, we call them as nanattakaya, different bodies, but one perception. What are they? The first group of the Brahmas. What are they? Brahma Parisajja, Brahma Purohita, Mahabrahma. First group of the Brahmas. You can see them. You can look at the Brahmas. Then there are other beings who have one body, their body is one, but their perceptions are many. Who are they? Abhasara, second Brahma group. If you can take a look at of these beings, you can find them exactly. If I can be more specific about these individuals, I could say Nanattakaya Ekatta Sanni, they are the beings in the first Brahma group, group 1. That means Brahma Parisajja, Brahma Purohita, Mahabrahma. And then Ekattakaya Nanatta Sanni means body is same. If you are reborn in that Brahma world, your bodies are same. You can't say, you can't recognize each person. Body is same. But the perception is many. Who are they? They are the ones we call by second Brahma group. Go by Parittaba, Appamanaba, Abhasara. The Brahmas from Parittaba, Appamanaba, Abhasara. See Abhasara here. Then there are some other beings whose body also same, whose perception also same. Who are they? Third Brahma group, I call them as. They are the ones who were reborn in Paritta Subha, Appamana Subha, and Subhakinna. See, Subhakinna. All right. I think I don't need to write them over here, because you can look them up. And then the fifth place some beings are going to be reborn is Asanya Satta. That means in this particular Brahma world, their perception is low. That means they don't have a perception. Actually, they don't have a mind. That means they have a subtle mind, but their mind is not active, very passive, right? Who are going to be reborn in Asanya Satta Brahma world? The Buddha says, there are some people who meditate here in the human world who think that my mind is the problem to everything. So they are thinking that mind is the problem. Mind is the problem. Finally, they attain some of the jhanas. They're going to be reborn in the Brahma world called Asanya Satta, the Brahma world which has no perception. But unfortunately, after many 100,000 years after, they start thinking about the life. They are reborn in the human world. Interesting, huh? That is why the Buddha said, do not try to find shortcuts. Find the Eightfold Noble Path, direct path to the Nibbana. These are shortcuts. Trying to be reborn in Brahma worlds and heavens, Deva worlds. All right. And let's go to the rest of the places. Akasa, I think you know this one. This is one of the Arupavachara Dhyana, the people who practice this Dhyana, going to be reborn in Akasananchayatana world, Brahma world. And then Vinyananchayatana is another jhana that when you practice it, when you attain it, you're going to be reborn in the Vinyananchayatana Brahma world. Akinchanyayatana also something similar. When you practice Akinchanyayatana in this human life, human world, you attain it, and then you, after the death, you're going to be reborn in the Akinchanyayatana Brahma world, Arupavachara. Finally, when you practice Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana jhana in the human world, you attain it and you die, you're going to be reborn in the Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana Brahma world. Now these are 9 places where every being is going to be reborn. But there is an exception, Dhamma folks. Who is not going to be reborn? Arahants. They are not going to be reborn again. So they are not included here. All the other folks going to be reborn. All right, final question. Dasa Namakin, what is 10? Dasa Hangi, Anga means numbers. Samannagatu Arahat. 1 endowed with 10 factors is called perfected. What are the 10 factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have you ever heard that there are 2 ways to approach the Noble Eightfold Path? One way is that people like us, unenlightened beings, going to practice from Sammaditthi, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi, and attain Nibbana. But don't you think what is going to work with Arahants? You are already an Arahant. Are you going to give up your practice of Noble Eightfold Path? No. You still have to follow till you attain Nibbana. What kind of Noble Eightfold Path is going to work for an Arahant? Then there is a sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya called Maha Chattarisaka Sutta. Let's find it out, the number. Maha Chattarisaka Sutta. This is going to be Majjhima Nikaya 117 sutta number. See, Maha Chattarisaka Sutta. Amen. 117. In this sutta, the Buddha says that even Arahants, even after they attain Nibbana, they still follow the Noble Eightfold Path. But they follow 10 Noble Tenfold Path, not 8. Interesting, huh? Really interesting. They follow 2 more factors after the Samma Samadhi. What are they? They follow, their 9th one is Samma Jnana.
Yeah.
Samma Jnana, and then Samma
Samma
Vimutti.
Vimutti.
These are the additional 2 path factors that they follow because they already attained the supreme knowledge and also the supreme liberation. That is why the question number 10, what is 10? Sopaka said to the Buddha that, let me see again. Sopaka said to the Buddha that Arahant, that means the perfected one, Arahant, follows the Noble Tenfold Path. They follow Noble Tenfold Path. Kumārapañhā thus ends the boys' questions. All right, any questions, Dhamma folks? It's a very huge area, not easy to finalize within an hour and a half, but I tried my best to do because you have the note already. You can ask any questions even after this, but any questions for me today?
Bhante, what's the difference between Satta and Bhuta? Bhuta.
All right. Bhuta means the beings who are already born. It is a subverb under the word called Satta. Now, when you say Bhuta, those beings are already with us. They have not deceased yet. Bhuta normally comes with Peta, Bhuta Peta. Bhuta means beings who are already with us. Peta means those who are already departed from him, died. So we don't take Satta with Bhuta, all right? Satta is the common word for everybody, all right? Satta is the common word for all the sentient beings who are already with us. But when you say Bhuta, Bhuta means those who are specifically living with us at the moment. And Peta means those who have already deceased, passed away. Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhita. Bhuta. Bhuta, those who already born. Sambhave siva, those beings who are going to be reborn, Gandhabas, who's still looking for a body.
Thank you.
Right? Other questions?
Bhante, I have a question.
Yeah.
About the Vinipatika, is it include the four woeful state, then human and is it include a four woeful state and human? Vinipatika under number one.
Vinipatika simply means apaya beings. Actually, they are mostly taken as one of the hellish beings. We have Naraka, Tirachana, Peta, Asura. Now, Tirachanas cannot be Tirachanas cannot have one type of body, right? That means animals. If you look for a snake, snakes have different bodies, you know. You can be particularly you can particularly identify different snakes, different animals. So they have Nanatakaya, multiple bodies, different shapes. But their perception may be, yes, one fold. But you can't say that too. Some can become a dog, a certain perception. Other person can be a dog, different perception. So mostly what I find as Vinipatikas under Nanatakaya, the first group is that mostly animals. Because we don't know about asuras, their body shape, right? So definitely animals, Tirachanas. Yeah, maybe Narakas too, but mostly Tirachanas, animals. They are the Vinipatas. Vinipatas means those who are born in the lower places. Make sense?
Thank you, Bhante.
Other questions? We'll take one more minute. If not, we're going to transfer the merits. Any questions out of these 10 questions that you think you need more clarification? Because different individuals are different, I know.
What is Atta Bhava Pariyapana?
Atta Bhava Pariyapana. Is it related to our discussion, Christine?
No, under Metta Bhavana. Metta Bhavana. There is Sabe Atta Bhava Pariyapana.
Yeah, I think I have to take a look at the particular context. Now, Atta Bhava Pariyapana, if I look at the literal meaning, it could be, you know, to the extent of you actually, Atta Bhava Pariyapana. Because when you practice metta meditation, you have to, sometimes in some places they have said, you look at from you to the other people. So to the extent of your circle, Atta Bhava Pariyapana. To the extent means Pariyapana. All right, seems no questions. Any more? Okay, so let's then transfer the good karmas to the departed individuals and the deities. May all good karmas that we have been accumulating today in many ways by reciting homage to the Buddha, and then discussing, learning the Dhamma, especially the little boy's question, Sopaka's question, which helped him to be high order. And we transferred to all the departed relatives who passed away in the name of all of us. If the departed relatives who passed away in the name of all of us were already suffering a lot, may they be able to be reborn in comfortable, happy places. May they be able to learn, apply, practice Dhamma into their lives. And finally, may they be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idammi jnati nang hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo. Idammi jnati nang hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo. Idammi jnati nang hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo. May all the good karmas be shared by all the devas, nagas, and mahikas. May devas, nagas, and mahikas be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, and prosperity, safety. May Deva, Naga, Mahika also finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu loka sasanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu mang paranti chirang rakkhantu tvang sadati. Also, let's make a wish. May we be also in the company of the Kalyana Mittas, noble friends, till we attain Nibbana, not with the Papamittas, because Papamittas definitely deviate us from the path of Nibbana. Kalyana Mittas do help us deepen, sustain our practice all the time. Thinking thus, we're going to recite this stanza. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we have been accumulating in many ways be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain supreme bliss of me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang baddha pachayino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha atu nibbana sampatti iminati samicchatu. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, everybody. I hope that you have a good night, and we'll see you then next Thursday. And next Thursday, I will be continuing this from Sri Lanka. And after next Thursday, that means after July 1st, I will be in Malaysia because I'm taking Vassa at the Buddhist Mahavihara. This time they invited me. So I'll be continuing the class from there. All right. So have a good night. Take care, and we'll see you then next Thursday. for our
Thank you.
next class is going to
Thank
be interesting. It's about Mangala Sutta. I hope that we're going to take probably a couple sections one by one, go and learn the pronunciation and the contextual.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhante.
you, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank you,
sadhu.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
you, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sadhu. See you.
Bhante.
Bye.
Thank you, Bhante. Sukyotu.
Take
Okay,
care.
Hotu.
Bhante, bye-bye.
See you in
Okay.
Malaysia.
Yeah, we'll be continuing the next class too from here. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, Thursday. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank
Have a
Thank
safe trip
you.
to Malaysia.
Thank you.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your classes.
Thank you.
It's like a revision for us, Bhante. The Noble
No. I mean, that is a new class, the same class that I taught you for Tiratana clan. It's a new
Yeah.
class for them, so don't worry. So you've been doing halfway actually, so
No,
don't worry about it.
I was saying just now when you touch on the Noble.
That is a revision for you. Yes, yes.
So, but I cannot remember, like it's not in the mind, but I was trying to look at what we learned the last time. I mean, in the Sutta classes. Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty similar. Yes.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Kim. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank
you.
everybody. Thank you. Safe. Yes.